Welcome back. Time to talk day 9 of the Patrick Frazee murder trial in Cripple Creek. Let's join Sam Kramer once again. Got some more questions for you, Sam. First of all, we've seen so much testimony about DNA evidence, cell phone evidence, prosecutors trying to bring this all back to the central point in their quest to try and prove within a reasonable doubt that Patrick Frazee committed this murder.
Yeah, and they're really trying to connect the dots here as we expect them to rest their case tomorrow. We heard from a DNA analyst today who said, and she was really subject to cross-examination first, she said, when the defense pointed out that, look, Crystal Kenny's DNA is not found inside Kelsey Bear's townhome in that blood evidence. Patrick Frazee is, but not with the level of certainty that Bear's DNA is. But on redirect, she testified that she wasn't surprised at the absence of Kenny's DNA because she used bleach and she wore protective gear. Bleach effectively destroys DNA. We also heard from Special Agent Kevin Hoyland. He works for the FBI. He is really their cell phone guru, if you will, and he really just verified Crystal Kenny's story by looking at her cell phone records of the placement of where she was at certain towers and sectors. It also shows that between November 22nd and November 25th that Kelsey Bear's phone is really in the same vicinity with Frazee until he gives it to Kenny to take back to Idaho to mislead the police on this case.
And Sam, tell us about the defense. Are they going to be calling a lot of witnesses tomorrow? Could we see Patrick Frazee take the stand in his own defense?
So from what it sounds like right now, the defense only has a small handful of witnesses. I expect them to call their own investigator to try and maybe cast some doubt on the work done by so many law enforcement agencies responsible in this. Yesterday on day 8, the judge did inform, he provided a courtesy advisory to Patrick Frazee of his right to testify. If he wants to take the stand, he certainly can. He will be subject to cross-examination from prosecutors. The jury can also ask questions. He certainly has the right to remain silent and not testify as well. He doesn't have to make a decision until the state rests their case. Personally, I would be shocked if he took the stand. This is somebody that has been very quiet, very shy, really kind of through this entire process, but it is a possibility.
And finally, Sam, if they in fact go to final arguments tomorrow afternoon and the jury begins to deliberate, is it your understanding that they would just adjourn at 5 o'clock in deliberations and take the weekend off, or do you believe they would continue to deliberate through the weekend?
Yeah, it's my understanding Judge Scott Sells has placed a very clear emphasis on getting everybody out of there by 5 o'clock, if not earlier. So I do not believe that they would be involved in deliberations over the weekend, but they're going to hammer out those instructions coming up tomorrow.